Hi, my name is Georgia Jean, and welcome to another episode of Deep Things Made Simple. Today I'm going to talk about what I call the ultimate smackdown, which is the mind versus the soul Okay, what do I mean by this mind versus soul thing? Well, basically, everything in existence, everything around us, me, you, the guy at the deli, we are all just energy. Whether you want to think of this as a spiritual thing, an energetic thing, a consciousness thing, or a quantum physics thing, when you break it down, what is the essence of us all is just energy vibrating, molecules, particles, consciousness, intelligence, whatever you want to call it, it's all just energy vibrating. And that it's actually the mind's job, thank you, mind, to contract and extract all of this energy and define it and delineate it into an experience of separation that creates existence as we know it, that creates me being separated from you, this chair being separated from me, this computer being separate from me. That is the mind's job. Even the experience of time is a paradigm of the mind. It's an experience of resistance. This moment is separate from this moment and from this moment. Otherwise, it'll all just be one big moment that's happening all at once, which is actually what's going on. So here's a good sort of demo of what that looks like, right? So here around us is all the energy, the vibration, the information, the consciousness, blah, 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 coming into the mind portal, the mind, where it contracts and extracts all this vibration, intelligence, consciousness into an experience. In this case, my face, all right? My eyes are separate from my nose, my mouth, my hair, blah, 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 blah. If the mind wasn't here, it would just all be, woo, crazy energy, all right? So thank you, mind, for doing this job. This is what creates life, a life experience, this game that we play called life. But the thing about the mind is that it is heavily programmed up until the age of 7 years old. And not just the mind, the whole body mind, meaning the mind and how the body functions, the nervous system is all programmed really heavily up to the age of 7, and particularly the unconscious mind. So although as we go along in life, we might learn things, we might grow on a certain mental level, there's 88% of our programming is maintained by the unconscious mind and body mind self, okay? So that's belief structures, emotions, memories, all that kind of stuff still really heavily experience our grown-up adult life experience. And what this really means is because the mind is all about resistance, I resist being you, I resist being that, it's a binary experience where it judges things into good, bad, right, wrong, black, white, and resists the consciousness of everything being mixed and blended and you and me being one and all that sort of stuff. It can really create a lot of pain for us, a lot of struggle and a lot of conflict. All of these guys, here's the mind doing all its crappy stuff, creating confusion, not sure which direction to go, being trapped in our patterns and our programs, or just being really stressed out and anxious and all that kind of stuff. And this is what the mind knows. And it wants to hang on to its experience, so it can be really resistant to the very things that can make our experience become more peaceful, more joyous, more happy, more connected, more open, more flowing, all that sort of stuff. All the stuff that we would sort of put in as the domain of the soul, loving, connected, blah, 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 blah. So the mind, unless it's programmed to already receive that, can be really, really resistant to the things that make us happy. And this can create a lot of problems for people in life, down to physical illness, down to unhappiness, down to loss of love, loss of prosperity, self-defeating habits, sabotaging, all that kind of stuff. But the good news is, after all that bummer stuff, is that the mind can be entrained to accept a new paradigm, a new reality, a new experience. It can be entrained to accept a new paradigm of experience. And you do that through dissolving the resistance of the mind. And the resistance is in the form of its belief structures, the memories, and the emotions, and everything else that creates its experience of separation. I go into this heavily in my book, The Circle of Light and the Philosopher. For some reason, this little thing reverses everything. Another magnificent day. Keys for unlocking the soul's potential. This goes really heavily into how our belief structures really create the experience that we're in, but also gives the keys for how you can dissolve the hold of the mind and actually allow more of that soul-filled experience into your life. The loving, connected, abundant, prosperous, all expansive experience that we all want. Remember, the mind's job contracts and extracts. The soul is expanded, connected, and infinite. And through this understanding, we have developed this technique called RA. It's called resistance, activation, and release, where we can very, very rapidly locate where the resistance of the mind is, because when it's really unconscious, you may not even know that you have this resistance. It's trapped in the body mind. We can locate the resistance, and with some very clever little tricks that we have, actually bypass or short circuit the mind to let go of what it knows to be true and to allow in a new paradigm of experience, a paradigm of abundance, prosperity, love, connectiveness, joy, happiness, creativity, all that stuff that we really want to achieve, or we really want to have and feel and enjoy. So check it out on my website, RAR, Resistance, Activation, and Release. And read more about this in our book, Circle of Light and Philosopher. It's a really, really great read. And know that wherever you are right now, you have the power to shift the consciousness of your mind and to allow the soul experience to start coming in. Entrain the mind to actually begin to accept the soul experience rather than resisting it, to thank the mind for creating the experience that you're in, but to allow more of your expanded self, more of your soul consciousness, more of your infinite intelligence to live through you, flow through you, and have that experience then manifest in your 3D external experience, in the relationships you have, the work you do, all that kind of stuff. So it's really great stuff. Please check out my website, circleevolution.com, and send me a line if you want to know more about this stuff. You can always email me at georgia@circleevolution.com. I also have lots of recordings on my website which will explain this concept in far more depth than I'm doing now. This is just Deep Things Made Simple for now. And do something to love yourselves a little bit more today. Bye-bye.